been watching Louisville since 2011 every year.
Yep.
And every year I come away with, that's the most athletic team I see all season.
Yeah.
Is that same athleticism and you seeing in this team?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I don't know if it, I mean, there's a lot of athletic teams out there, but they're one of the most athletic, no doubt. Really good receivers, good DBs. They have a safety that, averages about 12 tackles a game. He can play linebacker, number 0, the receiver, number 5, the returner, punt returner, kickoff returner. They have Miller Moss, who's a really good player. Then they bring in Deuce Adams, the quarterback, who can do things. So yeah, they have a lot of really good athletes. And I'm not even mentioning their linemen, who are really good athletes too. So big challenge.
Just the core athleticism of them.
No doubt. You're exactly right. No doubt.
Now that it's been a few games that sort of the 25 class has, started to play and
Yeah.
get more experience. I think like three or four now that they've had,
Yeah.
a lot of playing time. Have
Yeah.
you seen anything kind of changing from the way that they approach games or the way that, when you look over film, what they're doing?
No, it's a good question. A lot more confidence, as they get more reps. The speed of the game's different when they jump right in there in the beginning. A whole lot different than high school. So with playing time, with experience, I think KP probably talked about this with you guys a little bit. Like more confidence comes, and I think that's exactly what you're seeing on tape. And we feel really good about that class. There's a lot of good football players in that class, no doubt.
Jeremiah had a bunch of catches first few games. Last year, not as many. You guys get more involved?
Yeah, I mean, we tried, no doubt, and he needs to be more involved. He's done a good job for us. So sometimes that's just the way the coverage is or whatever it might be. So we need to continue to try to get him involved because he's one of our best players, no doubt.
Coach, B.J. Wilkins was I don't want to say superstar in spring ball, but he really kind of came on the scene.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a ton of him this year. Any particular reason?
Yeah, look, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think he's an awesome kid. We see a bright future with him. I think it's been a difficult adjustment relative to, a lot of the things of how we do things here, whether it's our scheme, our playbook, our, whatever it might be. And we have to do a better job coaching him. And there's things that he can do better. But I think he's got a really good future. And the last 2 weeks he's done a good job in practice. So.
Bill, looking at Grayson's situation, last year he gets the job, plays well at the end of the year. This year he comes back in. Especially in this era of portal and transfer and all this stuff, is that almost a sign of perseverance for a kid to just keep fighting?
Man, I couldn't have said it better than you just said it. I mean, he's what you're looking for. He's resilient. He's coachable. He's competitive. He's got a fire inside of him. The team really, they love playing with him. So he does a good job. He missed some things last week that I'm sure he wishes he could have back, but he also made a lot of good plays. He was probably the reason that we were even in the game. The throw at the end of the half and some of the plays that he made throughout the game. So yeah, he's definitely a great example of resilience and intelligence and competitiveness and all those things. Yep.
Coach, you mentioned your personal challenges you face in life, and you've been able to overcome that and have success not only there but in football as well. But like all that experience, how confident are you, with the challenges you face here, building this program based on all of the experience you've had and overcoming all that?
I'm very confident. I think this is a place where you can win in football. People have asked, why have we regressed? I mean, there's several factors, right? I've told you after every game, we haven't coached as well as we did last year. There's some guys that were on our team last year that are playing on Sundays now. There's some young players here that have had to play right away. These aren't excuses. It is what it is. I think recruiting's going really well. BC's making a commitment to football here, which I think is big, and there's a future. Again, it's only the second year of our program, and if you look at the history of second years, sometimes they don't go as well, especially here at BC. If you look at the track record of coaches that were successful here, some of their second years weren't great. And, we're building, and I think recruiting's headed in the right direction, and I feel good about where we're headed.
We've seen a steady dose of Lamar Jackson and Malik Cunningham. Is this Miller Moss a different type of quarterback?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Talk about him. What is
Yeah, no, he's a, prototypical drop back. He can run now. He's an athlete, but really strong arm, good passer, good instincts, good awareness, knows the offense really well. More of a drop back guy probably than those guys, not as much of a dual threat, but he can run, don't get me wrong. He's a very good athlete, but more of a drop back passer.
I know your message for this program has been to kind of build through recruiting primarily.
Yeah.
And, find the kids who want to be here for the reasons that align with the coaching staff. Has this season had, you and the coaching staff sort of assess the way you're going to, look at the portal next year differently?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. I mean, I think with the commitment that BC's making to football, I think there's going to be some changes in the roster and in our not changes in our strategy. We still will build the team primarily like the draft through high school recruiting, and then supplement with the portal. I do think that's a part of our strategy that will increase. Right, it'll increase. The portal's difficult, right, because there's one window which I think is good, but you just don't have a whole lot of time to really. Do you know the kid? Is there a connection? Does anybody on your staff have a connection? Was he recruited here before by anybody on your staff? Whatever the factors are, you have to really. It's not like high school recruiting where you really get to know the guy that you're recruiting and his family and all that. It happens a lot quicker in the portal. So you're going to hit on some guys, and some guys you might not hit on, and you have to. Your batting percentage, so to speak, has to be really good. But we're definitely. Going to use the portal, no doubt about it.
You talked a lot about Dylan as the same guy every day. Just how has he handled the situation? What are your conversations?
Good, yeah, good guy, good teammate, smart guy. He had a good practice today. Shows up every day and works. Definitely a good teammate.
Coach, after this game, you spend the entire month of November at home. How nice is that? And I know you can't look ahead, but looking ahead, how important is it to establish the home field advantage?
Yeah, we got to get back. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we got to obviously concentrate on this game. This will be a tough environment down there at Louisville. They'll have a good crowd, and it's a great opportunity for us. But getting back home it's good to be home. But we got to give our fans something to cheer for. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But we like being home, no doubt about it.
Last week you mentioned all the freshmen that got in.
Yeah.
Is that in some ways a silver lining that these kids are playing now, getting that experience?
Yeah, it's good. It's good and bad, right? Because you're playing guys that are, they were in high school 6 months ago. But these guys they're really good players. I mean, Robert Smith, the guard that's playing for us. I mean, this guy's an awesome player. There's also some second-year players. Judah Pruitt, he'll play for us last week. He'll play for us this week. And then in the secondary, right, Ashton Cunningham, Marcus Upton, T.J. Green. We've had a bunch of guys that have played a lot of football that are young guys. Micah Ameti up front on defense has played. Israel Oladipupo. There's been a lot of guys that have gotten in there. And then there's been some guys that we took out of the portal that we think are going to be really good, like Boykins and Byerson and guys like that. So there's a lot of what you would call younger talent here that I think you'll see the rewards of playing that. Maybe not right now, but you will in the future.
College kids and coaches can now bet on pro sports. Do you have to address it with the team?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I saw that. That's a big deal, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, because back in the day when we were growing up, guys were banned from sports for betting on sports, but it's different now. But yeah, we definitely have to. We have to address it. I think during the bye week, I want to say we're bringing in an expert to talk to these guys about gambling. Our compliance department is all over it. Colin Schaefer, he does a great job with all that. So yeah, but we definitely address it.
Coach, we're going to talk to Earl Grant later today
Yeah.
To preview the basketball season. How much of your paths cross and just your thoughts on what the program he's building there?
Yeah, Earl's been very supportive of what we do here. I appreciate Earl's support. Great guy, and I know he's looking forward to his season. He feels like they've made a lot of improvements over there, and he's excited about the season. They got a good staff of guys over there, and really have a lot of respect for Earl and appreciate his support of the football program, no doubt.